Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Starting with Couture. And I've done this project before, but I'm doing a craft show tomorrow, and I thought this would be cute to have another one of these. I'm doing a benefit for a little girl that has cancer. So I may just end up giving this to her. That would be kind of fun. So this is one of our Couture silkscreen transfers. They come in a plastic sleeve like this. On the back are all the directions. So you want to save this, and if you need to, you can refer back to this. These are a silkscreen transfer. They're similar to a stencil, but they have adhesive on the back and they have a silkscreen in them that helps get a nice crisp image when you are putting on your chalk paste. So the surface that we're going to use, this is just a wooden circle that I have painted, and then I put a little bit of the blue in there to make it look like the ocean. I could have done it all blue and did white, but I wanted to kind of have it stand out a little bit more. So, you know, I just do different colors. I do whatever I feel like at that moment. So it is a painted surface. You're going to want to go ahead and you're going to want to wax this because you don't want your transfer to stick to the back. Let's see. I have several different things of wax. This one's getting to the end. I'm just going to take a little dab on a towel. This is like a cleaning towel. You're going to just spread it around. Just wipe, wipe, wipe. You want to make sure that you're rubbing it in. You really don't need a lot of it. You're wiping it in and then you are basically wiping it off. You want just a little bit of wax on there to protect your transfer so it doesn't pull up the paint. Then I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm going to wipe off even more. So you are just getting off all that slick, greasy part of it. So it just feels a little slick. It doesn't feel greasy. All right, so that's what you have to do to prep this. You want to make sure you protect your transfers. They are reusable. Corporate says 8 to 10 times. If you take good care of them, they're going to last you a lot longer than that. This one is pretty sticky. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fuzz it. So fuzzing just takes off a little bit of the sticky. What happens is when you put this onto this fuzzing towel, it will take a little bit of the fuzz on this and put it onto the back of the transfer. You're just going to peel your transfer and set it onto your towel just like that and save your backer. This is the back side. You do not want to put your transfer back on this side. You could write the name of this, Always Be a Mermaid. I just put an X. The other side is the glossy side. That is the side that the transfer goes back onto. After we're done using this, it goes into a water bath and then it gets washed. And we will wash it with, wipe it with Clorox wipes. So I'm going to go ahead and peel this off. I'm going to set my fuzzing towel to the side. You can just use a towel. You do not have to have the fuzzing towel. Don't stress. Don't worry if you don't have it. It is something that was new in the spring and is nice and pretty, but it's not a necessity. Okay, I'm going to try to get the words so the words are straight. Okay, I have my hole right here. Trying to get it so the words are pretty straight and so that the mermaid fits on there completely. Take a look at it. It looks a little off. So before I press it down, I want to get it a little more straight. Okay. So I'm going to be brave and I'm going to try to do this as if she had skin and all of that. Instead of, I've done it ombre before, I'm going to go ahead and put more detail on her. So I'm going to grab some paper towels. Okay, so I have some wet paper towels just in case I need those. If it starts to dry too quickly, I'm going to put some paper towels on it. But I'm going to try to do the chalk and peel method, and we'll just see how that works. I have my colors here. I have everything already picked out. I have them stirred up. This is Peachy Keen, perfect color for skin color. And then I'm going to use Poppy for the hair. I could have used red, but I think Poppy's going to be a perfect color. And then I have Peacock. I am going to use Peacock for Always Be a Mermaid and for the bubbles. And then I'm going to use these 3 colors on her bikini top and then her tail part. So this one is Raspberry Sorbet, Couture Teal. Getting down to the bottom on that one. I have a whole nother one open, but I grabbed this one to use up some of the extra. You want this to be the consistency of sour cream or yogurt. This one's a little thin, but I think it's going to be okay. I added water to get to the bottom, and then grape soda. This one's getting to the bottom too. That's okay. I always have more. I want to use up all of it, and when it really gets down there, then I'll scrape it. You can use this, your multi-tool. You can scrape it. You can use this to scrape under the edge part and get all of it out. Okay, so we have all of our air bubbles out. If you're concerned about that, you can lightly take your squeegee and rub this down and make sure it doesn't move, because you'll hear it move. You'll hear the air bubbles pop. You don't want to hear that. Okay, so let's start with the skin area, and that's going to be tricky. We're going to use our multi-tool because we're going to have to get in there, and we're going to have control of this. So I'm just going to start with the face and then do her arms and her chest. You don't need a lot. You could do this and peel it and dry it and wash your transfer in between if you were concerned. I'm just doing it like I'm painting it. But you do want to remove the excess. So you don't want to leave a lot of this on there. And remember, we have to work quickly. So I'm just trying to get down in those little detail areas. Oops, I almost got the wrong one. Don't do that. That would be something I would do, because everyone knows. You've seen me. It happens. Okay, this is easy, doing the hand part. Okay, then we're going to do over here, and then we'll get the hair done. And then we can peel this part of it. Woo! I just want to go back into that. That is too funny. It is probably just going to be one of those days, honestly. Okay, so I'm getting all of this part done. You do have to work quickly. That is the key with the chalk paste, is to work quickly. Don't sit there and fuss over it, because then it's too late. It's dried on your transfer. Okay, so we want to do our little bubbles right there really quick with our, sorry, my head is getting in the way. Let's do these bubbles because we're going to peel this. We'll choose to do that. And then I'm going to do the hair. So I'm going to take a small squeegee and let's just dip it in there, and let's get some of the hair color. That's the perfect hair color. And I think I'm going to need to use a multi-tool to get right up in there. That's okay. So I have my squeegees, I have my multi-tool ready, so I can get right in here. So just take your time on this, getting that right, but remember that it's drying. So you're going to get right around the face. Trying to work as quickly as we can. I have seen people use tiny makeup little squeegees to get these small areas. I may invest in some of those because that might be the perfect thing for here, for these little tiny areas. All right, we're getting there. Okay, so that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to peel this. All right, so that worked out just fine. Going to go ahead and lay that back down, and then we need to do her top and then her belly here. Oh, did I peel that? I didn't peel that one. Okay, want to make sure I get that one peeled. Anything that I chalked needed to be peeled. Okay, now I'm going to press this down right here so that I can do this area of her bikini top. I want to make sure that it's not going to, and you know, I noticed this needed some more right there. Didn't get the whole edge. I want to make sure that I get the top of the bikini part. So I think I'll do that in our raspberry sorbet. And then I'm gonna do the flesh part right below it. So I'm just being careful as I go across. Gonna tip the corner into it. That's what's nice about these, is that you have pretty good control and you can push the chalk paste up too. I'm going to dip the corner one more time and do right here at the top of her little bikini top. If I need to touch it up later with a Q-tip, I can do that. So now I want to do her belly, and then I'll be done with the flesh part. And then we can work on everything else. So I will peel this. As soon as I get this part done, I will pull this up. I haven't done this detail in here. I have done an ombre before, so this is new for me. And what I'm gonna do is, I see that there's like a little glob here. I think it's gonna work to get my little Q-tip in there. Okay, so I just removed some of that because there was too much, and I was afraid if I pressed down with my multi-tool that would, it would press it down into the next area. Okay, so it's looking good. I got a tiny bit of touch up right there. Not concerned about that. Gonna move on to Always Be a Mermaid. And you know what? I think I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna do this in purple because we already have our little bubbles with our peacock. So let's pull a different color over here. We'll go ahead and we'll do Always Be a Mermaid. We'll do all of this in purple because I love purple. I'm going to take a squeegee here. This is one of our small squeegees. Going to spread it and scrape at the same time, basically. Okay, making sure that it's nice and smooth. And then I'm going to peel this up. Okay, I'm going to put this somewhere. Always be a mermaid. Okay, so we're peeling that up, and then we're going to just lay this down. So the next part that we need to do is right here. We need to do her tail. So I'm making sure this is laying down completely. And then we'll do the bubbles last. That's a really easy thing. So I want to do an ombre, or sorry, I am not doing an ombre. I want to do a hot mess, which is a bunch of different colors. And you just put a little bit here and there, and then we are going to script. We're not going to use peacock because that is one of the ones that we're using for the bubbles. So we're going to use Couture teal. We're going to use our raspberry sorbet and then some of the grape soda. So we're going to put all those colors together and try not to make a mess. Even though it's called a hot mess, let's try not to make a big mess. We're going to try to do this controlled so it's not all crazy. We got to be really careful up here. So I think what I'll do up here is I'm going to take some of these colors and I'm going to do the top part so that it's not into the skin, because I am concerned about that. Okay, so now I can take one of our squeegees and I can just start spreading and scraping. So it's going to get some of each of those colors on there. It's going to give me a variety of colors. And that's what you want. So I want some purple, I want some pink, I want some of the Couture teal, and I'm going to scrape it off. Scrape off the top, put it onto a paper towel. Don't put this back into your jar because it is a variety of colors. You don't want to contaminate your colors. Okay, so then I'm going to quickly do my other little air bubbles. My little bubbles here. They are air bubbles, aren't they? My bubbles of water. Gonna quickly do that, and then we are ready to peel and reveal. So you're gonna pull top to bottom or side to side. Oh, see, it's really pretty. I kind of think that I need a little more of my pink up there. Well, you know what? I don't know if I can lay that back down and change that. I'm just going to go with it. It is what it is. Okay, so it is, oh, actually it looks great. So it's all, I was going to lay it back down and try to do that, but then I decided it probably wouldn't lay down properly. So there's our little mermaid. We have a tiny bit of touch up. I'll show you how to do that. This is going to go into my water bath. I want to make sure it gets cleaned right away. So it will sit in my water bath till I'm done with this, and then I will immediately wash it. Okay, so on her face, that's easy. We have our little pointy makeup Q-tips. I can fix right here some of her hair color got onto her face. And I don't need very much of this. I'm just going to gently touch that up. And then right here also. And honestly, that is the only area that I need to do touch up, but except right there on her bikini top. Gonna touch up right at the top. Let me turn it so I can see it better and not touch my hand into that. So I'm just gently dabbing it on there to cover up where some of the flesh part went. That's all I'm doing. Okay, I think we're done. Look at that. Always be a mermaid. How fun. So I will let this dry, and then I'll seal this. I'll put a ribbon at the top, and I will take this to my craft show this weekend, and I will either sell it or I will give it to the little girl that has cancer. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them below. I always come back and I answer questions. If you want to know more about Chalk Couture or you're interested in this transfer, I can help you out with that. I'll put the link below so that you know how to order that. So Have a great day, everybody. I'll be back with you again soon.